Hello, hello. Happy Thursday, October 23rd, 2025. I'm starting a couple minutes early today um, because I'm going to actually probably cut out around around 4 o'clock, a little bit thereafter. It's been a long week, so I think I'm going to go home at 4 today. So it'll be about an hour shorter stream today. It doesn't mean there's not interesting stuff to talk about. Hello, Russell, Juicy, PB. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see. It's been a busy day. For those interested, I listed a bunch of brand new vintage stuff on the website this morning. So a bunch of 51 sets, a couple of Coco, including a Demi, all aerometric, a special, blue set, working pencils in the boxes. So those went up, and like 20 some, 28 maybe, mixture of some interesting vintage jotters, big reds, including one from Brazil, and a bunch of mechanical pencils, including a couple of really neat ones. A 45 coronet in like a copper color that's really super cool. You don't see the coronets very often. So a coronet and a real nice black and pearl Wall Eversharp Equipoise pencil. Real nice pencil. And a bunch of other stuff. So there's like 30, I think it's 32, 33 new items up on the website today. What else? What else is new in the news? We got a bunch of pens to test today. I'm going to need to grab a notepad, which I don't actually have one here. We got some pens to restore. I got some new pens in today that we're going to start, hopefully going to start working on. Let me run it real quick. I want to grab, just grab a notepad because I'm out of paper. And I have something to write on. I had like a ton of things I was going to mention. All right. Well, let's take a look at. We'll continue to talk while I blather on here. So we're going to test these guys first. These are the ones I picked up last Friday at the estate sale. And we're ready to test. So I'm pretty excited about that. Let me turn the light on. Light on the matter. So we're going to do that. Oh, excuse me. Another early morning, and then we got these vintage guys here that we're going to continue on, and then I've got some easier things I would like to get started. So that's why I started a couple minutes early. So hopefully this all works out. Nice and chilly this morning, but the heat is working in the shop, so that's good. $1 in the yawn bucket. Yeah. I've gotten up early 3 days this week, or earlier than normal 2 days this week, and then today is the normal early day. And I didn't sleep very well last night, so there is that. Oh yeah, really nice. You know when I stop, that first stroke is really. We need to talk with Waterman and see if they can send me a tanker full of ink. You know, we've got a new there's a new Waterman distributor, and they do a bang up job, really, really, really good job. Um, they've done very well at keeping me stocked, and I'm very happy about it. I've never had this level of service. I actually don't have this level of service with any distributor. Like, if I play my cards right, what I've learned is I make my order later in the day or in the evening. The order is shipped the next morning, and I get it like 2 days later. It's ridiculous. Well, there's two distributors of Waterman now in the U.S., which is very, very strange. So this is a new one. Nobody knows who they are. Well, that's a smooth, nice nib. I have a fine medium. But all they carry is Parker, Waterman, and Rotring. That's it. Yeah, there's no other instance of that. Well, that's not true. There's very little other instance of multiple distributors for products. Like I have another distributor I can buy like pilot cartridges and converters from, other than Pilot USA. And I have a couple of distributors I can buy a Pika from. So yeah, it was. So I got to heat that up to get that open. It was very weird when we got the call. Hey, we're the new distributor. but they're night and day better than an old used distributor. Who just didn't care, didn't want to sell you the product. They wanted it for themselves. Yeah, that works. What happened here? Something happened. Wonder if the stack. Hey, Hans. Sorry to let you miss. You sure you missed most of the fun? No, you didn't miss any of the fun. Vacumatic misbehaving. This is the part I hate because now I gotta take it apart. I think what happened is the diaphragm may have slipped loose in there, so I'll have to take that apart. Vacuumatics conspire against you all the time. You hope it's not rubbing off on you. Yeah, both of these were kind of funky. This was okay. This one just stopped. Well, we'll finish up with the rest of these, and at least I know it writes correctly. That works. I'm gonna mix these up. Yeah, well, my Parker's in one spot here. That's not the worst writing pen ever. Steel fine nib on this 21. Nice. Picked up a medium-ish 21 recently and the smoothest writing pen that you own. The bang for the buck is also outstanding. Yeah, I mean, as long as there's no cracks, they're okay. That's my big issue with the pen. I didn't put talc on that sack. Well, I guess it went in just fine. Am I going to get the spider cobweb theme from Endless Pens? Um, I don't know what you're talking about. Endless Pens the brand or Endless Pens the company, because they're two different things. But no spider pens for me. Yeah, that'll work. All right, I guess I got to take apart these, at least this one vac. And we got to seal up the vacs and the 51. Close this up. I keep saying I'm going to clean my desk off. Still not happening. Oh, I think we got. Lisa use a fountain pen at her work. She does not. Um, she's actually a little afraid that someone's gonna walk off with it, so she doesn't even really use. She's got a couple of nice roller balls and ball points, but she doesn't even use those. So she uses all that stuff at home. Time for me to clean this out. It looks like it's getting pretty dirty. Carried a pen in your shirt pocket at the bagel shop, but never a fountain pen because the owner liked coming up to me and taking the pen out of my shirt pocket to use it. Yeah, those people need to be hit. Um, I had a job a long time ago where I had I had some really interesting third tier pens at one point. Oversized Mandarin generic pens that were with gold nibs that were really super cool. But they're not made like a better pen. And I had one guy yank it out of my shirt and then start flexing the clip in front of me. Oh, cool pen. And he damn near broke it. Yeah, that hasn't happened yet. Would not react well. It hasn't happened in a long time. I'm also thankfully not usually. I'm fairly antisocial by nature, so if I'm with people, they're usually people who understand what a fountain pen is, or have the common decency and courtesy to not yank a pen out of my pocket. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, yeah. I can see right away. The pellet cup. The pellet cup came right out of the back of the filler. So never a good sign, but so it clearly did not stay in the pellet cup. You like seeing the reaction from people when they want to borrow a pen from you? See what they think about using a fountain pen? I don't bother anymore. Like I say, I'm also not out in public enough to. For it to be an issue. Um, like as close as it gets is I've introduced the local ladies at the bank to fountain pens, and that's it. All right. Well, let's hope this stays on, and I'll bring them. I brought them one of my Edisons one day for them to try. I showed them a bunch of vintage pens that weren't inked up. So they're nice ladies. Much nicer group of folks, and then much better bank than some of the other ones I've been with, although I don't necessarily like some of their pricing. Their wire transfer fee is astronomical. But I don't do it very often, so. And it's not their fault. All right, let's try this again. You gave the ladies at the post office you used to live close to pilot varsities. They appreciated. They were always intrigued by what you were writing with. That's cool. I need to think now when I'm going to get the mail carriers. I used to give out Retro 51 pens because they had the U.S. Postal editions. So I've given a couple of those away for Christmas. But you do your bank with the local bank that has a few branches throughout the state. They have direct deposit with your retirement check, so I don't pay anything in checking account fees. Yeah, I mean, I really didn't have a whole lot of options, unfortunately, when I had to switch banks earlier this year. All I knew was Wells Fargo was not getting any more of my money. I had used them for 20 some years, and I was done with that nonsense. $5.5% interest on savings. Yeah, I remember those days. I do remember those days. Those days also, I think, involved a little bank book where they stamped it in, run it through the machine too, didn't they? That's maybe a little bit further back. All right, that seems to be okay. Although I do want to open it up and then just put a little fresh coat of shellac on there. Yeah, my new bank actually does pay interest, and we were actually pleasantly surprised at how much they paid. Wells Fargo gave you a 0.25% interest or some crazy crap like that. There we go. Okay. All right. That's an awesome group right there. Used to fill a cardboard holder with dimes. Nice. That goes back a few years, huh? For a long time, I kept my first couple of savings books. Caps are going out on Monday. Nice. Very nice. 1965. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that tracks, huh? All right. We gotta get this guy open. It's been soaking all night, so maybe we get lucky here. So I did a thing last night. As I'm sure a number of you are familiar with this, November 1st coming up. There is a, oh yeah, look at that. Piece of cake. There is a thing called Movember. Y'all familiar with this? Wow. There is nothing in here. There's nothing in here. So Movember is this event that's held all month long during November. They have mixed it up a little bit in the past couple of years. And basically what it is it promotes men's health. By what you do is you raise money for men's health awareness. So, mental health, testicular cancer, things like that. All the things that men are so terrible about, taking care of themselves and awareness of all that stuff. So, so what you do is, it's a little different this year. I don't remember it being this way last year, but I've never done it. But what you do is for the entire month of November, you grow a mustache. I thought, you know what? Why not? I've never grown a mustache. I've grown a beard before. I did that during COVID for a while. If you go look back at some of the old Anderson Pence podcasts, you'll see the general progression of scraggliness. Actually, it wasn't terribly bad, but I just couldn't do it after a while. But I was thinking about it the last couple of days. I said, you know what? Topics has come up recently about causes that we support. And, we support a local group here. We have for a number of years, regarding, not homelessness, but, Feeding America. And we've, for most of the last 5 years, we've, put a portion of our proceeds from November and December, and we've donated it towards Feeding America. And you have a Victorian mustache curling iron. Add some extra flair to your look. Yeah, men do not look after themselves. They just don't. You're guilty of that. Well, we need to stop. Men don't talk about their feelings. They don't get checkups. They don't go to the doctor. Society is cruel to men. It's cruel to everybody, but men are oftentimes, we have these pressures on ourselves that we just don't take care of ourselves. So anyway, I'm going to do that for November. And the rules are very simple. You start clean shaving on November 1st. So I guess I'm going to have to shave. At the Columbus Pen Show, I was planning on not doing that. It's like one extra thing to bring, but we'll see. We'll see how that works out. But I'm going to do that. So the real fun will be decide what kind of crazy, stupid mustache I can get. And like almost nobody's going to see me. Like the mail lady, the UPS guy, the FedEx guy, maybe the ladies at the bank. I go there about twice a month. Used to have a beard growing contest in high school. Shaggy, yeah. Reminds you of a picture of your dad with a mustache and your mom very pregnant. Dad wanted to grow a mustache and mom told him you do that she would, yeah. Millions of people on YouTube and Twitch will see you. Yeah, there is that. Yeah. He grew a mustache and she cut her hair short. Yeah, I have a similar story, but I won't tell it. It's regarding my mother and my father. In somewhere, and I hope that I can have. Your dad had a magnificent mustache in the 70s. I mean, I'm open to what kind of design, but I kind of have to have it in place so that I know how to shave it to make it work. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. So we'll see. I thought I'll do it. Eventually I'll have, it is a fundraising opportunity. So there will be very minimal sales pitch for that. If anybody wants to contribute towards the cause, that's great. If not, no big deal. Lisa actually put in a very generous sponsorship and her support. So I'm very happy about that. All right. Oh, this is nasty. I'm going to soak this first. Although we got that off. So anyway, I'm doing that. And yeah, you're right. Millions of people are going to see me. Of course they are, right? Not millions, but tens at least. Hundreds, I suppose. All right. So, and I encourage any of you men out. No, so no, they also have, and it's smart because by excluding women, obviously women, although you know, we all could make jokes about women and mustaches. By excluding women, they're reduced. They reduce their ability to raise revenue. So what they've done is they got three other ways that you can help the movement, and one is called Move, I think is what it's called. And so like if you want to walk or run a certain number of miles over the course of the month, you know, you can do that. And then there's a couple other options. I forget what they are. So, but I encourage all the gentlemen to get your mustache on for the month of November. And if nothing else, cheer me on because I'm going back into the 70s, that's for sure. We're going to sack these, and then I'm going to start on. I got a bunch of new pens in today. There have been a couple guys in town that had the handlebar mustaches. Yeah. Do the Raleigh fingers thing. I don't know. I'm pretty sure anything. I mean, you know, do I grow the little soul patch here in addition to the mustache? I mean, you know, I am not sure what how that's going to work out. It might be interesting to note how my cats react to it. You know, I mean, you never know how animals react when you change your appearance. Wax ends, yeah. I don't think I can do that in a month. I guarantee you, I'm not going to keep it after the month's over. I've never really been a. I mean, I'm a couple days here, but I've never really been a facial hair kind of guy. Definitely not a beard. Mustache is just too. It's too 70s for sure. I'm like all over the board here. I don't know. I just want to put this one together. All right. Those pretty much fill mostly on the first or second punch. You cleaned 5 pens yesterday. Time to change the water in the ultrasonic. Yep. You know, if you do what I do, I don't know how big your ultrasonic is. It's probably smaller than mine, I would imagine. But what I do to save life in the ultrasonic is I just have 2 plastic cups of water. One is where I do the first flush, and I keep flushing through it. And then this is kind of a, you see, it's still pretty transparent. Then I flush with this, and then I put it in the ultrasonic, and it kind of keeps it a little bit more clean. By the end of November, you need this. Oh man, what are we looking at here? Oh, the Pocket Piece Safety Razor. Can I show this? Let's see here. I don't know why this doesn't like to stay. We probably should set this up in advance. Look at that. Safety razor blade. Nice. Look at that piece on there. That's pretty cool. All right, let's get some sacks for these guys here. Well, that's going to be, I'm not going to be very big, but this one, we can fit a big one in there. You rotate the top of the cap to extend the stud that the razor attaches to. Oh, yeah, nice. I wonder if that was the case. It was kind of hard to see. Yeah, that's not going to work. 16 is too big, believe it or not. Except it'd take 1,000,000 years to shave with the tiny blade, yeah. Yeah, that'll work. Let's do that. Size 15. Your grandfather had the double-edged razor blade. His was all metal and still had the case that it came in, the shaving mug. Oh, cool. I use a double-edged razor every day. I got into it about, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9, 10 years ago. Really haven't looked back. I have, because there used to be a store in the Palmer house where we had our store, and They had a bunch of cool. They had a really cool shaving wall. But I have one of my father's old brushes. I need to get it redone. I looked at doing it myself, but I just don't think I want to do that. So I might have to send it off to somebody. Do that. And I use every day. I use my grandfather's double-edge razor. So that's my daily. I prefer actually. Look at that. It's a 20. That's the one case where you can fit a 22. A 22. That's nuts. And look at that. Look how big that is. It's probably not even all the way in. Nope. I bet I don't need to trim that at all. Probably not. Yeah, I'll trim it a little bit. I prefer a butterfly. They're just easier to clean. They're easier to deal with, but, you know, I mean, when I use Grandpa's razor, it's non-butterfly or nothing, so. I'm just going to trim a little off. I did acquire from the estate a brand new Gillette Fat Boy. And if you know razor blades, you know what a Fat Boy is, which is an adjustable butterfly. Except, and this is exactly like with pens. It is brand new in the original box with the original, you know, extra blades. You know, and with those Fat Boys, you've got all the letters on the adjustment are, well, this is going to be tough. Look at this. Those adjustments, the numbers on the adjustment they have like a little black paint in them. So if you use it over time, you wear out that black paint. But he also never used it, so I forget the year of. The other one's a Gillette too. I forget the year that one is. You know, they've got the date codes on them, or the way to date them. All right, let's see if we can get this on here. There we go. That's not too bad. You have a horsehair shoe brush that your brother had when he was in the Marines. He insisted in 1979. It was in for. He enlisted in '79. Was in for 20 years. And your dad had a shoe shining kit, the wood box, the hinged cover, with the slanted wood on the top. Oh, that's cool. For your information. Oh, the brush revamp. Okay. Well, let's look at this. Oops. $45. Oh, that's not bad. We got a raid going on. Pen Addict. 90. Olive, how you doing? Blog Walda. T.U. Lee, welcome back from Corolla. Dustin the Banana Duck. Hey, everyone. We're talking shaving. Shaving and pens today. This is great, Hans. Thank you. I might just do this. It's time I used it. Tiber Swimmer. Nice. Hello. Wilted Flower. Hey, Brad. How you doing? We're just talking about Movember, and I encourage you, Brad, and any and all of your followers to undertake the Movember challenge and raise money for men's health. And so tune in during November to see what crazy thing grows off my face. It should be interesting. And it's a great cause, so. You definitely need the no shaving challenge given your September. Yeah. Yeah, I decided, Lisa and I talked about it last night, and she was actually super cool about it. So I'm like, yeah, why don't we do this? I have exactly one picture of me with a mustache from, I don't know, a long time ago. Oh, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. This is too big. It's not going to work. Merz Apothecary in Chicago. Yeah, and that's where I used to get all my shaving stuff, because it was right there in the Palmer house. I was just talking about them. And I've got my Mohr, that's Mohr, I believe, Badger brush. I got that from them. But then after COVID, they left. They noped out of that whole deal. But yeah, I bought a bunch of stuff from them back in the day. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they noped out. COVID came and they left. Just like everybody else. So 22 doesn't work. It fits a 22 necked. I might have one. You must pluck or turn into St. Nicholas. Okay. 22 necked. I've got one somewhere. All right. Well, I didn't cut much off of it, so I can still use it for some other project. Yeah, I do have one. I know I do. It's over in the other room. I'm not going to go get it now, though. Throw that over there. So I got all these labels on my thing that has all my sacks, but if I don't put my glasses on, I can't read the stinking labels. For the very first time, you put a new sack on a dual fold AF last weekend. It was easier than I thought. Yeah, it's not too hard. I mean, there are little things about sack replacement that you only figure out after you've done it. A lot of times. But generally speaking, the process isn't that difficult. It's easy enough for most anybody to figure out. And if you are, I know that there's I don't know if I should mention your seminar, Hans. I'll leave that to you. You've never grown a beard or mustache, honoring a request that my great aunt asked me to always have a clean shaved face when you were like 6. Yeah, I'm generally that way. I mean, more or less. I haven't shaved in a couple days, but only because it's, and you know what it is it's my inability to dispose of certain things. If they're perfectly usable, I won't get rid of them. And right now I have this shaving puck that is the worst thing ever. it's very hard. It's very dense. It does not lather up. And then when you get it on your face, by the time I start over on the right side, and by the time I get over to the left side, it's just it's gone. It's the worst thing ever. So I don't want to shave. In fact, sometimes I shave without even using it because it's just worthless anyway. I just wet my face and run the blade over it. But anyway, so. Yeah, so, okay, so, yeah, if anybody's in North Carolina, there's going to be a pen repair seminar on November 8th. All are welcome. There is a, okay, let me start over. If anybody is in North Carolina, there will be a pen repair seminar on November 9th. Everybody's welcome. There is a materials fee. I mean, I would even go because I would think it would be, well, just because I know that the two folks that are presenting are like super awesome. And for the fee, you get to repair an Esterbrook, and you get a bunch of supplies, and it's going to be it'll be a really cool experience. I've done a similar seminar. Oh, that blew through. Great. I've done a similar seminar at the Philly Pen Show quite a number of years ago. And it's hands-on learning how to do a lever filler and resack a pen. And Hans is going to do a bang-up job. He's going to do a real great job. And Ross McKinney, I think, is going to be there too. Grab some Parasso and go to town. Yeah, I used to use Parasso all the time. Yeah, I got this. I guess somebody sent me a shaving puck, and I'm just using it up. But it's like, I really Lisa would just say, just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. I'm like, well, it's perfectly usable. Why would I spend money on something else? It works. It's just not as good as Parasso. Yeah, so it's going to be a smaller class, which would be great for everybody. Yeah, and that's kind of how mine was. I think mine was with less than 10. So if you got a problem, it's easy to get instruction. Yeah, I think that'll work. Yeah, I should get some Parasso. I tell you what, I'll do that. I'll make it. I'll tell my kids to get me some for Christmas, and I'll suffer through. Well, because I won't. I mean, yeah, I'm still gonna have to shave. I'm just gonna grow a mustache, not a beard. So I'll still shave a little bit. But yeah, I'll do that, and then I'll get rid of it. I'll start next year for next year full on. All right, let's do this, and then we're gonna show some really cool pens that came in today. Probably a 16 on. You got to make room for the J bar. Yeah. The Lincoln Avenue location has Noble Otter, which is also really nice. Quite perfumey though. Is that the big location where there's kind of like angled parking on the street? If memory serves, I think I was there once. It's like two really big sections, and there's like a. Is that the one you're talking about, or do they have more than that now? I mean, kind of generally speaking, I avoid Chicago at all costs, if for many reasons. But I am going to be. There's no getting around it. Going to Ohio, I mean, I guess I could go through. If I really wanted to avoid Chicago, I could take the boat over to Michigan, and oh, it is okay. Yeah. I was a little disappointed. I got the really beautiful, more badger hair brush, and it was like copper plated, and the plating just wore off, and in very short order. And I bought the matching razor, which actually is very terrible. I don't like it at all. It was not cheap, and they were not interested in helping me out. They're like, yeah, okay, well, that's too bad. Like, I mean, is there a warranty on these things? I mean, come on. This thing was, $150 or whatever it was. I also got the feeling that the staff there was not men's shaving supplies was not their forte. So I came on the wrong day. Yeah, secondary. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there may not have been any kind of warranty on it. It's too bad because it's really it's a beautiful looking brush. I mean, it's heavy and it's really great. Mule, yeah, 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 yeah. What did I say? Yeah, mule. Yeah, that's right. Mole? Did I say mole? Mule. Yeah. See, the plating has worn off. Mole? More? It's worn off so much I can't even pronounce it. Yeah, I bought the matching razor and the stand, which is kind of cool. But I need to get a sack for that later. We'll do that. Actually, let me see if I got it. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. You use strictly vintage that I just put a new brush into usually? Oh, okay. This is way too short. This is a 2021. What if I could just use a smaller sack? Well, it's just get an Omega. If I get one more watch, will this work? Cheap and really good. I think it's time for me just to get my other one re-knotted. You know what? I don't have the right sack, but a 19 will work great on that nipple. Let's try that. If it doesn't, this would work, but I mean, look how short that is. I mean, that's no good either. I should probably sell that mule razor, but it's kind of. It matches the. I don't know why I'm keeping it. I should sell half of my shaving. I should sell almost all of my shaving stuff. I have a nice fat boy. I got a couple other butterflies. All right, we're gonna try that. We'll see how that works. All right. We got a little bit of time left here. I'm going to pick out a couple more pens that we can start working on. You chickened out of fixing your Enduro? Why? I mean, what size is it? Big fellow? What's a big fellow? Large. Large. All right, so we'll wrap these guys up on Monday. Those guys are done. Yeah, you don't know. That's fine. That's fine. All right, so I got a bunch of pens that came in today. It's like a Gillette new, but much bigger. Oh, interesting. I do like the Fat Boy. It's a nice razor. Anybody wants a Fat Boy, let me know. I got one. I got a bunch of nice pens in today, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the easy to clean stuff first. I've got a couple nice and heavy. Cool, yeah. I'm pulling the easy stuff first. I got some pencil, the nice 75 3-piece match set here. I don't know if that's fixable or not. Kind of a goofy, crappy thing. Yeah, it's garbage. Senior Sapphire. Huh. Well, happy to take a look at it if you don't want to do it yourself. Just shoot me an email. All right, so what do we got here? Probably should get another tray. Hang on. We got a Pelican M320. Looks like a Pilot 78G. This is a real mixed bag here. I haven't even looked at the nib on this guy. This is a first gen 75 Cizale. Medium nib and maybe quite possibly the worst converter of all time. And this is a 3-piece set. So I got a pencil, and I love this. This is a cap actuated ballpoint. We got a nasty, nasty, dirty cross Century. This one's pretty cool. This is a Parker 45 Richard Nixon White House. We can just put a new rollerball refill on that one. That'll be fine. Just a good old-fashioned 45. Is this a crack? What is this? Big scratch. Well, we can probably put that into service. This is garbage. I'm just going to... Chinese piece of junk. Oh. Nice little stub nib on this guy. M320. It's real pretty. Which is the only one in the Con 40 would like a word about the worst converters. Yeah, it's a pretty bad converter, isn't it? I always laugh. Yeah, isn't that cute? And a beautiful color too. I don't remember what the color for this one was called, but we used to have. Probably should not do that. There's ink in it. We used to have the ruby red for the longest time. We had a lead on those, and they were just amazing. This thing is a disaster. Oh my God, there's ink on it. Cross Century. Yeah, the Con 40 is pretty bad, But that Parker slide converter. Oh, that the M300s have become so hard to find, really. I mean, the cross converter is better than that stupid Parker thing. Actually, let's do it this way. This thing has got all sorts of muck. The Con 40 would like to have a word. Flush a little bit through here. So this collection came in to me today, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, oh look, now it's green now. If I can get these done, this is 15% of the collection. At least get the easy stuff done first. But since I'm going to be finishing up here pretty close to the next half hour, it's a good way to end the day without having to use too much brain power. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, that converter's not working. That sack is all... We should take one of these apart one of these days. This sack is as bad as they come. I'll want to clean that out, but I don't know, 78G is not really worth spending a whole lot of time on, but I mean, this is just so half of your converter is this silly little slide here. I mean, I guess it works. But it just looks chintzy. It looks cheap. You got a $250 pen, and you've got this chintzy converter. All right, so that refill is, I'm sure this is shot. You liked it for cleaning before you knew about bulb syringes? I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess it puts the ink through pretty quickly. Oh, this poor guy. What do we got going on here? Oh, yep. So now this is, now Hans, this is where I've actually had this conversation with John Velli. These crack right on the bottom, and that's why they stop working. Which makes me wonder, can you just replace this part? Is it uniform to, or you have to weld it, I suppose. That's an option. It's a really bad option for a Thursday afternoon. Some of them must have mechanisms, yeah. I wonder if you could solder it. I mean, yeah, I mean, you know who I bet had them or has them? Would have been Susan Worth, I bet. So maybe I need to talk to John. Yeah, but they're cracked, so then they don't stay engaged on the end down here. Oh, this is. It doesn't even look like the right size lead. Oh, okay. You bet Martin's got them. Okay. I mean, I got to believe that that's a common part. They wouldn't have made one specifically for the 75. So that is absolutely not the right size lead, I don't think. This looks like a point. Oh, I just broke it. It's fine. I think the problem with soldering this, if we try to solder this, is making sure that it's a clean joint and it's cleaned out on the inside. I might actually, I'll have to look. I might actually have something. All right, so those guys are there. This is disgusting now. So I'm trying to work on a plan to get, I counted this morning, I am 231 vintage pens behind on the website. So we're trying to figure out a plan so that we get caught up on that in the next, I mean, it might take 2 months. But now that I've got these pens, this really needs a syringe. I need to start moving on this stuff. Where is my syringe? There it is. Yeah, it'd be so much nicer if we could take this apart. I've never tried to take these apart. I think it comes apart. I doubt it. I best not try to take that. Open that up. Let's get clean. There's nowhere to hang on to this that you can make it work. Just terrible. All right, I'll see how messy this guy is. It looks, thankfully the piston moves. All right. To anybody, any of my cycling fans out there, see the Tour de France profile for 2026 that they announced today? Ooh. It's going to be a good year next year. Two crossings of Alpe d'Huez back to back. Oh, that's nasty. It is going to be epic. I'm stoked. It's never been done before. I gotta drain this water. It's pretty nasty. Although, what was it? A couple years ago, they did Mont Ventoux twice points in the same day. That's enough to make your legs shake. Oh, look at this. One of these days, maybe I'll put a camera over the ultrasonic. Yeah, this is the problem with piston fillers is they take forever to clean. Oh, that's such a pretty, pretty color. I offered it to Lisa. She said, nah, I don't think so. Oh, yeah, I guess I could do that. I keep forgetting. Throw the nib unit in the ultrasonic. Yeah. It doesn't want to come out. We're just going to let it soak. Yeah, the nib is stuck. I think it's been stuck with ink in it for a long time. This is a very sad Parker 75 set. Ballpoint's basically the nicest pen of the bunch, I think. Those can go in there. All right, while we're waiting for that, let's see. I'll clean out this. This guy I can probably take apart. Maybe. Good luck with the rest of the stream. Have a great night. All right, sounds good, Hans. Take care. The last 3 years, they've held the Ironman 70.3 in Augusta, Maine. They'll be here next July also. Yeah. I'm not a... Never really got into triathlons only because I'm really not a swimmer. I used to be a runner. I could probably handle that part. I was an okay runner. But, I was watching a video the other day about what it costs to go to Kona. It's nuts. It's like they're saying it's like almost a $3,000 registration fee. you know, just getting there is a big chunk of change. Not for me. If they just do like they could just do like a biathlon. We used to do a biathlon here in town. I don't know if they still do it. And I used to do that. I did that a couple of years. You could either do it by yourself or you could get you could do a relay. And I had a friend who was a runner but not a biker, and so we teamed up, and that worked out pretty good. But and that was during if anybody's a cycling nut, that was back when CompuTrainer was big. That's how long ago that was. I'm embarrassed to admit. Oh yeah, the gold plating is just completely worn off the end chassis here. This guy was used. I might as well just polish it because it's really just, you know, it's got some gunk on there. I'll look for that. I just need a ballpoint refill and a rollerball refill. Those I got somewhere. Look at that. Just dirty already. Well, we're waiting for that. Just gonna set those off to the side. Let's take a look at the rest of the collection just for funsies. I haven't looked at everything yet. 51 special. We got a dual fold here. It's like a speed line probably. Yep. Got a couple mores. This stripe more is nice. It's actually got a real nice nice patina going on. I would leave that actually. It looks really quite nice. Manaflex nib. We got a little lady dual fold. This is kind of good looking. Full size Schaefer. Looks like the plating's worn off that feather touch nib. So we'll be restoring these over the next few weeks. Nice snorkel. Original price band on it. Could be new old stock. We'll find out. Oops. This is an interesting German. Just gonna clean off this nib because I can't read it. German button filler. $25-year guarantee. It looks like a palladium silver nib. Big and chunky. It's kind of fun. Universal. Right down here, 61. This is normally I wouldn't point this out, but this is so unusual. This is a Wherever Zenith, which is really like almost one of their top of the line Wherever pens with a 14 karat, an actual 14 karat gold nib with a translucent feed on it. And it had these red jewels on the barrel ends. A Waterson. Look at this guy. Oversized. Black and white almost, not pearl. It's really kind of yucky nib. We'll have to find a different nib for that maybe. Large Endura. Looks like it's missing a cap band, but look at that big nib. Waterson, Child of the Waterman. Yeah, right. One of the many, the Water Ton, and what was there? There was Water Ton, Water Sun. Nice big number 8 size more. I'm only doing this because Hans said he was leaving, so he liked that pen. This is an interesting pen. It's a faceted, it says the More Writer on it. It's kind of a mess now that I look at it here. There's a little crack here, and the end of the lever is broken off. Cool material. Can it be salvaged? I don't know. Plated steel nib. These are the senior dual folds. Black hard rubber, chased black hard rubber, 6.5. Pre-dual fold Lucky Curve, lapis. Was that Streamline? Yeah, Streamline. Burgundy. There's your green vein. The green marble. There's a streamlined jade. This one I should look at here. Golden web. Such a cool pattern. Lockdown Vacumatic. This side, Vacumatic majors in every color. Black, blue, copper pearl, green, silver pearl, red. Look at that. I think this one might be Canadian. They all have jewels. They all have jewels. All right. Mandarin Senior. That nice. And matching pencils. I wonder if this is the Big Bro pencil. Is it marked Big Bro? No. Yeah, Big Bro. This is the Big Bro pencil, which is a super cool pencil. Look at this one. This one just marks Duofold Senior, but nice working order Mandarin pencil and a streamlined Mandarin. So if you need a, they are really nice. Yes. This case in particular is beautiful. This one I'm almost afraid to take this one out. I don't see any. I mean, the imprint, I think you can see from space. You can actually kind of see it even from here. Nice big Mandarin. And in this case, yeah, that Mandarin is stunning. It is really nice. What do we got here? A patrician hard rubber pencil. That's pretty cool, huh? I like that. Full size. It's got this milled cap band. Something not right in Denmark here. Not the right size. Not the right size blind cap for that. We got an Esterbrook Icicle, an LJ. It's got a 2314 broad nib. This is a cool Osmoroid 65. Cool material. Super cool. Look at that. You can usually get these in any color you want, as long as you want them in black. We got a little Conklin 2P. This one's fun. It is a letter scale. Put your letter in there, and then this comes out to tell you how many ounces it is. And then if you unscrew this, it's kind of stiff. This is a calibration, so you can calibrate your scale. Your Mandarin snorkel. Another vac filler. I guess I really need to get that lathe running, don't I? And last but not least, on this side, we've got another Thrift Time pen. Boy, this is a beautiful pattern, isn't it? It's green and bronze. So nice, so nice. Another large dual fold. I guess that's full size. Vacumatic nib. We got a Morrison here. It's another 61. Well, this is a 51. What, Mark II, Mark III? Something like that. English? Is it English? No, US. That's cool. And then this custom dual fold, which is hard rubber, it looks like, huh? Might be resin. It's got a big replacement Vacumatic nib on it. Button filler. So these came in today. So we'll be working through some of these in between other customer repairs as time goes on. But we've got those. Actually, I better take these out of the water because I don't necessarily want them soaking all weekend. In fact, I might actually have to change the water again. But if I don't take these out, they're going to be sitting until Monday. Oh, that's my dual fold cap, or my vac cap. That can soak. And I can tell you just by looking at what's pouring out of these that these are in no way, shape, or form actually clean. Let's see, I'm going to spin out the caps and put this one back in there. And if there's any moisture left over, it'll evaporate. And this should get most of it out. So, fun group of pens today. Pelican's going to be nice when it's done. All right. So there we have it. I'm going to cut it a little bit short today. Turn off that light. And it's quitting time for me.
Don't blame that on me.
Well, I'm not blaming it on you. Hi.
Did you tell everybody you're going to grow a mustache?
I did tell everybody I'm growing a mustache.
This is going to be interesting.
I have one supporter, so that's all that matters.
Yes.
I got this one.
Yes. Just don't shave your head again.
No, I only shaved my head for
Friend of ours who had cancer.
yeah, for good reasons.
Yeah.
For good reasons. So, I mean, I don't have much hair to begin with, so
Let's keep it.
I can keep what I got. But yeah, we'll do the Movember thing.
Cool.
That starts in like 8 days.
I know, it's quick.
Nice. I'm getting all sorts of shaving tips though, so from
Oh God, Badger and Blade, here we go again.
no, actually we were talking about MERS.
Oh, I missed them.
Yeah, and
We loved them.
yeah, and Hans gave me a good suggestion on
Hans has either really awesome suggestions or really bad suggestions.
Yeah, no, it's a great
what's the
suggestion. He's got a so I have my dad's shaving brush,
Right.
and you can get them re-knotted, and so he sent me a link to somebody,
Oh,
and
cool.
that does it for about $45. So why not?
Less than half of what I spent on that one.
Yeah,
Yours.
the plating.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Oh, yeah. How the plating wore off. It was
Yeah,
beautiful.
it was
but it
beautiful.
sucked,
Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody cares, right? They didn't care. Oh, thank you for your purchase.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Well, and you've got your grandfather's razor.
Yeah, I got my
You had your
grandfather's
dad's
razor. I
brush
should have my
re-knotted.
dad's
That would be
brush,
cool.
and that would be a really see, and actually the funny thing is it sort of killed the whole shaving thing for me.
Oh, well, we went on a little bit of a crazy pants getting all sorts of different razors and
Yeah,
cool handles and
yeah,
eBay and antique stores. You had
yeah.
quite a
I mean,
collection for a
you could
while.
buy them at antique stores for less than less than $10. You can buy them all day long.
10 to 20.
Yeah, and
Some of them, like
and
we got one with a really cool, that pretty light blue.
the
handle.
blue, yeah.
It's like
I
got
would,
stars
I'd
in
like
it.
that one. I would keep that one.
Did we keep that? Or
Yeah,
did we sell that?
no, we've got it.
Because
We've
we
got
sold
it.
some.
Did we sell some?
We had to sell some.
Yeah. Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So we're gonna hit it for the day. It's been a long day, so thanks everyone for tuning in. She's leaving. She's out of here.
Well, you do you.
I'm doing me. All right. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Don't forget tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. Central. We'll do the podcast, and then we'll proceed on to the weekend. So have a good rest of your day. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Be kind, be well, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye now.